Welcome to Man at the Tap, a podcast of Tapestry Ministries. Each episode reflects on a daily Bible reading from the Revised Common Lectionary. I'm Gloria, a fellow traveler on a spiritual journey with the Tapestry community, and we refer to the daily Bible reading as our spiritual manna. It nourishes our souls, fostering spiritual growth as we share insights and interpretations that enrich our spiritual lives. Today is Monday, March the 2nd, 2026, during the second week of Lent. The lectionary reading is from the New Testament book of Hebrews. The author of the book of Hebrews remains unknown, and the readers were Jewish believers facing persecution for their faith in Christ. This caused some to consider returning to the Old Testament traditions of temple worship and bloody sacrifices. However, the author wanted them to understand that this was no longer necessary due to the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. In the lectionary reading of Hebrews chapter 3, verses 1 to 16, the author aims to demonstrate that Jesus is greater than Moses. In the Old Testament, Moses served as a faithful mediator standing between God and his people after they departed from Egypt and their desert wanderings. Moses also served as a faithful envoy of the people to God, interceding as a high priest and pleading with God for mercy after the people sinned. The author, though, urged the readers to carefully consider Jesus now. He too was faithful in everything that God entrusted to him, just like Moses. However, Jesus differs from all other high priests, starting with Moses' brother Aaron. Jesus holds greater honor because he made a single perfect sacrifice for the sins of the world, fulfilling the Old Testament sacrificial system. This act offers permanent forgiveness and removes the need for additional sacrifices. The author then encouraged the readers to see themselves as the house of God. Every house has a builder, and the builder of this house is God himself. Moses did a good job in God's house, but he was called a servant of God to serve at the pleasure of the owner of the house. Jesus Christ, on the other hand, is the Son of God and oversees God's house. The readers of Hebrew were encouraged to remain faithful with confidence and hope, staying steadfast until the end, because Jesus is their big brother. You and I have also received the same invitation as the readers of the book of Hebrews to join God's household. We only need to acknowledge and confess our faith in Jesus Christ.